Dear Taurus, let us begin in a space of quiet contemplation. A crack has just appeared in the solid foundation you have so painstakingly built, a presence so close to your heart that the unease it brings has become familiar. This is someone you have enveloped in your unwavering trust, someone for whom you have been a steadfast and loyal anchor. And now, the universe itself, in its infinite wisdom and its profound love for your spirit, has decreed that the charade must end. A truth is preparing to surface, not as a gentle tide, but as a seismic event that will irrevocably alter the landscape of your heart. This isn't merely about a secret being told, it is about a fundamental reality being shattered. A carefully constructed illusion, one that has been sustained by your own magnificent patience and endurance, is about to crumble. Before we delve deeper into the sacred meaning of this moment, I invite you to participate in an act of intention. Go to the comments and write, "With purpose, I am ready to face the truth." This is not just a comment for an algorithm. It is a declaration to your own soul, a signal to the cosmos that you are prepared to step out of the twilight of instability and stand on the unshakable ground of reality. For some time now, your spirit, the steadfast ruler of your inner kingdom, has sensed a subtle tremor in the realm. It has been a disquiet you could not name, a dissonance in the harmony of your life. It manifested as a fleeting feeling of emptiness when they spoke, a promise that seemed solid but offered no real security, a sense that your resources were being drained without replenishment. You, in your profound loyalty, dismissed these feelings. You told yourself it was just a rough patch, that stability would soon return, because the alternative, that the person you considered your foundation was the source of the instability, was too devastating to entertain. Your heart, dear Taurus, is fertile ground, and it cannot comprehend a world that willingly chooses barrenness. But your intuition, that ancient, silent sage within you, has never once been wrong. It was whispering the truth all along. Prepare yourself, not for a battle, but for a liberation. The revelation that is coming will feel as though it is shaking the very ground beneath you. And in a way, it will challenge your understanding of loyalty, of security, of the very nature of the bonds you cultivate. But understand this, a foundation built on falsehood is not a foundation at all. It is a prison. You have been living within a beautifully decorated cell, built on unstable ground and draped in the silken tapestry of empty promises. The coming truth is the key that will set you free, allowing you to walk out and build a world that reflects your own integrity. God, the Source, the Great Spirit, however you name the divine intelligence of the cosmos, has borne witness to this deception for far too long. It has watched as your patient, nurturing energy, a gift meant to build and sustain, has been subtly exploited by one who benefits from your stability. They mistook your endurance for an infinite resource, a field they could harvest without ever planting a single seed. They saw your generosity not as a gift to be cherished, but as a vault from which they could draw endlessly, never once considering that even the most abundant vaults require replenishment. The divine does not intervene to punish you for your trust. It intervenes to honor your spirit. The universe has concluded that you have paid a high enough price for a lesson you did not ask for. You deserve to know the truth, no matter how profoundly it stings, because the sting of truth is temporary and cleansing, while the poison of a lie corrodes the soul over a lifetime. You must be free to build on solid ground, unburdened by the parasitic drain of a false connection. For years, you have been the gracious host to a ghost at your banquet table. Think back to the small inconsistencies, the fragments of doubt you so dutifully swept under the rug. Remember the stories that shifted with each retelling, the unexplained expenses you overlooked out of trust, the promises of a shared future that only you seem to be building. Deep within the core of your being, you knew. A part of you has always known that a vital piece of the narrative was being purposefully withheld. This weekend, those scattered pieces of the puzzle will not just be found, they will be slammed onto the table by a force beyond your control, assembling themselves into a picture so clear, so undeniable, that it will leave you breathless. The person at the center of this storm is not a casual acquaintance or a declared foe. That would be a simple wound to dress. No, this is a member of your inner circle, someone in whom you have invested your time, energy, and emotion. This is someone whose name you have spoken with pride, whom you considered a part of your future plans. They know the quiet chambers of your heart, the tender places where your fears and vulnerabilities reside. You offered them this knowledge as a sacred gift, a testament to your trust, never imagining it could be catalogued and later used as leverage. And that is why the betrayal cuts so deeply, because it is not just an act of deception, but a profanation of the safe space you created. I want to speak for a moment about the shadow of stability, for it is a concept you must now understand to protect your steadfast heart. Every great foundation casts a shadow, and for you, dear Taurus, the shadow is often cast by your own admirable nature, your inherent belief in sustainability, your assumption that everyone desires to build as you do, can sometimes create a blind spot. Certain souls, those who have not cultivated their own inner stability, are drawn to your resilience like a shelter in a storm. But they do not come to co-create with you. They come to consume what you have built. They study your patience, your loyalty, and your practicality, and they learn to perform a version of it back to you. They become master actors on the stage of your life, playing the role of the devoted partner or the reliable companion so perfectly that you applaud their performance, never realizing it is just that, a performance. You live from a place of authentic presence. Your care, your anger, your love, it all springs forth from the core of your being. These other souls exist in a state of perpetual performance. Their life is a carefully rehearsed script, and their primary objective is to keep you, the audience, feeling secure and appeased, so you never look behind the curtain. The coming revelation is the moment the curtain is torn down, not by you, but by the winds of fate. You will see the actor for who they are, standing on a bare stage, with no props, no script, and no light to hide in. Allow yourself to feel the full spectrum of emotions that will arise. The fire of anger is not something to be feared. It is a sacred, purifying flame. It is the part of your soul that recognizes your own divine worth and roars in protest at its violation. Let it burn away the residue of deceit. You will feel a profound sadness, a grief for the person you thought you knew, for the stability you believed you had. Let this grief be a cleansing rain that washes away the illusions and waters the soil for new, authentic growth. And beneath it all, you will feel a quiet, powerful sense of relief. It will be the feeling of a long-held breath being released. The aha moment where 1,000 confusing moments finally click into place. Do not rush this process. Healing is not a race. It is a sacred pilgrimage back to yourself. What is most transformative about this experience is that it will reveal a pattern. You will begin to see that it was not just this one person, but a type of energy that you have unknowingly allowed into your orbit. It is the energy of the taker who masquerades as a giver, the one who exploits your patience, the victim whose narrative of helplessness is a tool of manipulation. Once you see this pattern with clarity, you break its power over you forever. You will develop a new sense of spiritual discernment. In the moments after the truth is revealed, your loyal heart will leap to make repairs. You will want to find excuses for them, to soften the blow, to rebuild the bridge that has just been incinerated. This is your noble nature at work, but you must resist this impulse. Do not betray your own truth in a misguided attempt to save someone from the consequences of their own choices. Allow the truth to be what it is: stark, painful, and ultimately liberating. One of the most profound gifts of this ordeal will be the complete and total vindication of your intuition. For so long, you may have been at war with that inner voice, convincing yourself that you were being overly cautious or paranoid. Now you will know with unshakable certainty that your intuition is the most reliable compass you possess. In the future, when that subtle feeling of dissonance arises, you will not question it. You will honor it. You will heed its warning. You will have learned the difference between an open heart and an unguarded kingdom. This entire episode is a divine crucible designed to teach you the difference between those who love you and those who love what you do for them. The ones who genuinely love you will rush to your side. They will not try to minimize your pain or rush your healing. They will simply sit with you in the wreckage, holding a space for your grief and anger, reflecting your own light back to you when you feel it has been extinguished. Those who are there only for the benefits, the material support, the emotional stability will vanish, or they will attempt to gaslight you, to make the situation seem less severe, urging you to get over it so that the flow of their benefits can be restored. Pay close attention. This sorting process is one of the greatest blessings you will ever receive. Do not be alarmed if you find your trust in others temporarily shaken. You are not becoming cynical. You are becoming wise. You are developing discernment, the sacred ability to perceive the difference between authentic light and polished performance. Over the coming weeks, notice the newfound lightness in your spirit, a great weight, one you did not even consciously realize you were carrying, will have been lifted. The energetic cost of managing a relationship with a dishonest person is immense. When they are gone, that energy floods back into your own system. Your creativity will return. Your laughter will be deeper. Your very presence will feel more grounded. This is not just a healing, it is a rebirth. Please, hear me when I say this. What has happened is not an indictment of your character. Your patient, trusting, steadfast heart is not a flaw. It is your superpower. It is a reflection of the divine. The lesson here is not to stop being patient, but to become a wise steward of your patience. The upcoming revelation will teach you the crucial difference between giving and being plundered, between building together and being a shelter for a squatter. These are the master-level distinctions that will protect your beautiful heart for the rest of your days, allowing you to love even more deeply, but from a place of sovereignty and wisdom. This experience will forge you into a new kind of lover, a new kind of leader, a new kind of friend. You will not stop being the solid ground, but you will learn that your stability is not for everyone. You will learn that trust is not a default setting, but a sacred honor that must be earned through consistent, transparent action. You will learn to forgive, not to condone their behavior or to let them back into your kingdom, but as the ultimate act of reclaiming your own peace. Forgiveness is untying the energetic cord that binds you to the one who hurt you, not for their sake, but for yours. This weekend marks the beginning of a new epoch in your life, an era of radical authenticity. The stage is now cleared of the actor who did not know the lines to the play of your life. The entire stage is now yours. You will attract souls who resonate with your newfound integrity. People whose words align with their actions, people who are not drawn to your stability to take from it, but to build with it. This exposure is a gift, wrapped in the harsh paper of pain. It is a gift that will finally grant you permission to build a life based on what is real, what is true, and what is worthy of your steadfast heart.